All right, moving on to service business ideas. So a service is, as everybody knows, a service that you offer, right? So these businesses are typically the least expensive to start, right? You don't have a retail space. You're not buying any crazy inventory and doing things like that. You're offering a service. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. Some of these are just brainstorming, but I just want to tell you and show you some ways that people are making money. Okay. So sendaball.com. Check it out. Go to the website. Basically, you want to send somebody a present. Like, there are gag gifts. You want to send somebody a present. This company sends your friend, your mom, whoever you want, a ball. All right. This is how it works.
Need to wow someone for a birthday or any occasion? How about a big bouncy ball that comes in the mail? Go to www.sendaball.com and pick the phrase that best fits. Tell us how to sign it. Give the name and address. We inflate the ball, sign it, address it, and send it by USPS. Then expect a call with lots of thanks for the most memorable gift ever.
So you're selling a memorable gift. All right. Once again, we're selling memories. We're selling a certain feeling. We're not selling the actual product. Like, why would somebody pay like $20 or $30 or $40, whatever this is? Like, I would pay a very high price to send something to a family member that's going to make them smile. All right. So this is just an idea. You don't have to sell bouncy balls, but just showing you that somebody does and somebody is making money from it. Okay. Rent a grandma. Okay. You can do a local business if you have a grandma, if you have some housewives that have some free time, whatever. This is a business. Instead of getting a regular babysitter, people are offering up grandmas. This is a true business. This is a true business. You can actually rent a grandma to come and babysit you. Check out the site, rentagrandma.com. Photo booth rental. If you want to invest a little bit, and like these businesses, like if you're just starting out, so for example, me just starting out and I want to do something like this, which is basically buying a photo booth, right? These are different photo booths. Now they have like different ones. I see they have different ones now. Like this is like a 360 photo booth and stuff. So doing something locally, like running an ad on Instagram locally and buying something like this, which is the 360, you stand on here and the camera twirls around. Like they have these in Miami. I actually paid for one of these. It was like 20, 30 bucks, but it gives you a cool video, a cool picture. There are photo booths. They started off with a regular photo booth, which is literally like a booth with like curtains and stuff. But locally, somebody has a party, you could buy a cheap, cool photo booth and you can come there and you can run a cheap Instagram ad or an ad on Facebook where it's all local and you can go there yourself, right? But this is a business. You don't have to do it. Just showing you some other business ideas, right? This business did extremely well and is making a lot of money. So what is this? Let's just say you have a good set of knives. You mail the knives in to this company, okay? Knifeaid.com. Check out the site. They sharpen them for you and send them back. So they sharpen the crap out of your knives and send them back, okay? So it's $80, $11, $12 per month. One-time purchase. Let me see. Get a subscription every 180 days. All right. So you can get a subscription every 3 months, every 6 months. Okay. And that costs you $80. So every 6 months, you send your knives in. Interesting business. Like, we're here to brainstorm. I'm here to make your mind work to see what people are doing out there. There's not a lot of competition for this. Might not be something you want to get into, but somebody is making money from this. Okay, so it's super interesting. And it does solve a problem, right? Somebody that's a chef, somebody that has expensive knives. Once again, these people didn't start this business because there's no money in it. Hire a Santa, okay? Hire a Santa. Basically, you can be Santa Claus. Your friends can be Santa Claus. You can do this in high school. You can create a website. You can do this to make some money. You can hire other people, things like that. But this is a business, all right? It's a seasonal business. They've probably expanded and they're doing other stuff. Easter Bunny, corporate events. They do retail stores, family events. There's a lot of retired grandpas, things like that. They will pay, but this guy actually made some pretty damn good money, all right? This is for weddings. You can do this with a lot of different things. So this is basically just a long carpet, okay? This is a carpet for weddings that is custom. So they're called custom runners, right? That's what it's called. I didn't have a runner at my wedding, but this lady is crushing it in sales to get people do buy these, right? If you've been to weddings, you have seen the bride, the bride walking down a runner. So once again, you can definitely think about this, whatever country you're in, whatever the case is, you can print. You can find a company that prints on rugs, or you can do like a printing press, however that works. You can look it up, but this lady, if you look up her revenue for this company, like it's crazy. I think she owns like 80% of the market and things like that. So you can do this, even like a small rug. You can do this for kids, somebody's birthday, like, hey, the little princess is coming down the aisle. Like you can get creative, right? Like people love to provide experiences for their children, for their friends, whatever, right? So this is just an idea. Every business, once again, that I'm telling you, that I'm giving you, is doing extremely well. Like these are fail-proof businesses, okay? The title of this group of lessons is not called fail-proof businesses for no reason. Like these are proven businesses. It's like me telling you to alter something and make Coca-Cola, right? It's going to be almost similar with different packaging and people will like it and buy it. Okay. Sales and marketing is 90% of it. All right. Local tours or tours by locals, right? Depending on where you live, you can be a local tour guide. Okay. This is like more of a chump change type of thing, but you can turn it into a real business, right? Depending on where you live, you can organize this in several different ways. You can be like an affiliate for different tourist agencies or tourism agencies globally, right? You can reach out to agencies and tour guide places in different countries and so on. But if you want to do something locally, you can, depending on where you live. It's an idea, right? Because people do look for these and they look for these on Google, okay? That's your best chance to get business for a tour guide business, because nobody goes on Instagram and TikTok to search for tour guide places when they're looking to travel. They go on Google, all right? This is really good. Virtual assistant. So what is a virtual assistant? I'll give you an example. I'm pretty busy. I'm just going to text somebody and say, can you map out my schedule next week? I need to get certain things done. Put these things on my calendar. I'm traveling. Can you book me a flight? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you order me groceries? Can you, right? It's literally texting and over email, right? You can have, I mean, this business right here is huge. This is one of the best ones, right? This is one of the best ones. This is being a virtual assistant, creating your own website, marketing the company. Everything is going to go. I'm going to, as you watch further lessons, I'm going to get into, no matter what you're doing, I'm going to tell you how to do it. All right. No matter what you're doing, I'm going to tell you how to do it, because you can crush any competition that you want if you do things correctly, which is sales and marketing, right? That is it, okay? This is an online fitness fitness company. So fitness company. This is an online training, right? So if you're a personal trainer, you can't clone yourself and do something with 1,000 people at the same time. You can't work out 1,000 people in one day. It's impossible physically and time-wise, right? So this is something where people virtually join, they pay monthly and they pay per year to do a lot of different things, right? Meditative rituals, right? It's basically like creating your own course, but just having different things, right? Like here are the videos with rituals and things like that. People like all sorts of things, you know, like you'd be surprised how many people like what, you know, just because you don't like something, it doesn't mean they won't, but people like yoga. They want to turn on their computer, they want to chill and take yoga classes. They don't want to pack. They don't want to go to the yoga studio. They want to sweat on their own in their own house and then go to the fridge, get something to drink, shower, and then chill, you know? So this is, if you're into fitness, if you're into self-improvement, whatever it is, right? You can have meal planning. You can like teach people how to cook, a lot of different things. Okay, so this is like a wellness monthly subscription service business, okay? And there's a lot of people. This is one of the best ones, so definitely check it out, okay? So these are just some ideas, but a service can be anything, right? So for example, if you're somebody that wants to coach women that just got divorced, right? You should record videos, just like Sharks University, just like I record business lessons. You can do a step-by-step process for people that should do something as the first step. The second step, start working out. Let's do some meal planning, like things to like get their mind off of the divorce, how to feel better, how to do things like that when they can watch it over and over, whatever the case is. So you can teach people to do a lot of different things. You can help people improve. Whenever you solve a certain problem, right? Whether that's entertainment, whether that's some sort of pain, breakup, divorce, gaining weight, right? Lack of knowledge, lack of money. I personally solve a problem, and I have for several thousand people, people that know nothing about business, make horrible money, and want to start something and just don't know how, right? That's something I help with, okay? So this is something that you should think of, what you like, what your specialties are, what your passion is, what your knowledge is, and provide that to people, right? And make them get 100 times more than they give you, right? There's nobody on earth in the last few years that I've had this online school, which is by far the biggest in Europe, right? By far the biggest in Europe and growing in United States. There's nobody that can tell me they didn't get 1,000 times more out of this than what they paid me for this knowledge that I've taken my time to provide to other people, 20 years of learning, 20 years in business, so on and so on. So you always want to give a lot more no matter what you're doing. Whoever purchases anything from you should get a lot more, right? You buy Nike shoes for $100, you get a lot more. They last you a long time. You feel good. You go for walks, you work out, you look good, so on and so on. It's worth it, right? Those shoes can actually change your life. You become more fit, you lose weight, you feel better, you get a girlfriend, you get a boyfriend, you feel better, you start a business, you're more positive, you have higher energy, right? And even Sharks University, not to talk about it too much, but I'm just saying, progress is happiness. Progress is happiness, period. When I started my first business, when I just made the website, I felt good. If you're progressing in anything in life, you're going to feel better, right? If you lose 2 pounds this week, everything in your life can be shit. But in the back of your head, you lost 2 pounds and maybe you want to lose 2 more next week. You're progressing. You're feeling good. You know, you have to do other stuff and other things might be horrible, but progress is happiness. There's nobody on earth that's happy that doesn't have any progress in their life, right? I don't care if you're a grandma, I'm happy with my grandchildren. You're not. If your grandchildren weren't progressing, learning, doing new things, you would not be happy. If your grandchildren just stayed in their bedroom and stared at the ceiling and watched Netflix, you would not be happy with them. You weren't happy with your kids if they stopped progressing. Progress is happiness, right? So this Sharks University, starting your own business, starting something, learning and finding out you can actually do everything that these people have done. You're going to shit your pants and be like, holy shit, I wish I started this earlier, but it doesn't matter. Like being here, you are saving a lot of time. You're saving years. And I was just thinking about this before I recorded this video, right? Because of the videos that are coming up, how much time somebody's going to save just by me telling them exactly what to do with their product, how to make it, how to get into stores, how to do sales, how to do marketing. Like I've spent months and months and months looking for stuff, and I tell you exactly what to do. So you'll see that, but I'm just saying, all of these business ideas were like, we're snipers. Everything here is created so we don't make mistakes, period. All right, let's go to the next products. These were services, any sort of service. This works for any sort of service. Once again, whatever your offering is, you need to create it. You need to create it. You need to record it. You need to think about how you can scale it. Scaling a lot of times is a digital product like this. 1 million people can watch this guy work out at the same time. He can't train them all at the same time. Okay, so a digital product. If you guys have questions, you can definitely ask in our group, but this is something that's a service product, and these are typically businesses that people start that don't want to invest anything other than really a lot of time, right? And a lot of content creating, but you can make a lot of money starting one of these businesses that you have seen here. All right, let's go to the next one.